You grow up in America and you're told from day one, this is the land of opportunity, that everybody has an equal chance to make it in this country. And then you look at places like Harlem and you say that is absolutely a lie.
So you're trying to level the playing field between kids here in Harlem and what, middle-class kids in a suburb?
That's exactly what we think we have to do. You know, if you grow up in a community where your schools are inferior, where the sounds of gunshots are a common thing, where you spend your time and energy not thinking about algebra or geometry, but about how not to get beat up or not to get shot or not to get raped. When you grow up like that, you don't have the same opportunity as other children growing up, and we're trying to change those odds.
He's trying to change those odds on a scale never before attempted. His goal, to break the cycle of poverty in an entire neighborhood by making sure all the kids who live there go to college.
That's what it's all about.
You really believe that's possible, to break that cycle?
Absolutely know we're going to do it.
Canada remembers well what it was like to be a kid in the inner city.
We couldn't afford.
He grew up not far from Harlem in another tough New York neighborhood, the South Bronx. Abandoned by his father, he and his 3 brothers were raised by their mother, who was barely able to get by.
When I first found out that Superman wasn't real, I was about maybe 8. And I was talking to my mother about it, and she was like, no, 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 there's no Superman. And I started crying. And the chaos, the violence, the danger, no hero was coming. You know, one of the first things kids ask me when they really get to know me, they say, Mr. Canada, I say, are you rich? And I say, yeah, I am. And they're so excited because they think, I finally know somebody who has power. What they really want to ask is there any way that you can help me figure out how to get a nice car and maybe get a house? And I think they want someone to say, yes, you can. I got out, you can get out. There's a way, and I'm going to help you do that.
To do it, Geoffrey Canada decided to build his own school in the Harlem Children's Zone. Right now, there's some 1,200 kids enrolled from kindergarten to the 10th grade. It'll eventually expand all the way through the 12th grade.
We've created a school to help you all become the smartest boys and girls in the country.
It's a charter school, so Canada is able to run it his way, free from the bureaucracy and restrictions of the public school system. There's 1 adult for every 6 students. Classes are smaller and school days longer. Kids come in on Saturdays, and summer vacation, that only lasts 3 weeks.
We will always ask permission before leaving the group? Yeah. Okay.
Discipline is strict, and so is the dress code. To teach kids healthy eating habits, there are cooking classes using ingredients from the school's own organic garden. And if any of the kids get sick, this on-site clinic provides free medical, mental health, and even dental care.
Good afternoon.
Canada calls his school the Promise Academy, and this is what he tells parents at the start of each year.
We promise our families, if your children are with us, we guarantee they're going to get into college, and we're going to stick with them through college, right? So that's the promise.
How can you, though, actually promise that they will go to college?
If my kids don't go to college, people who work for me are losing their jobs. And there's just no way around that.
You'll fire the teachers?
I will fire the teachers. I'll fire the after-school workers. I'll fire the directors. Everybody understands that this thing is our job as the adult. And we're not going to hold the kids responsible, right? And are some of my kids belligerent? Yes. Do some of them come in and don't try hard? Yes, they do. Do they come from broken homes? Yes. Is there poverty and drugs and crime? Yes, it's all those things. Those kids are still going to college.
Canada's long argued that investing in the Harlem Children's Zone would show a return. And now, for the first time, there's scientific data to prove it.
He has done a remarkable job.
Dr. Roland Fryer is a professor in the economics department at Harvard. He's conducted the first independent statistical study of Geoffrey Canada's efforts to close the racial achievement gap in his school.
What is the racial achievement gap?
Black children in our schools are not performing at even close the rate as white children in our schools. So the average black 17-year-old reads at the proficiency level of the average white 13-year-old. 4-year difference in effective reading skills. That's huge.
But when Dr. Fryer analyzed 4 years' worth of Promise Academy test scores, he discovered something remarkable.
At the elementary school level, he closed the achievement gap in both subjects, math and reading.
Actually eliminating the gap in elementary school students.
We never say anything like that. Absolutely eliminating the gap. The gap is gone, and that is absolutely incredible.
Last year, according to New York State data, 100% of Canada's third graders scored at or above grade level in math,
Good job.
narrowly outperforming their white peers in the city's public schools.
96? Is that the answer?
Even more impressive, Canada's impact on middle schoolers, kids who enrolled in the Promise Academy in the 6th grade. They started out far behind grade level, but Dr. Fryer found that within 3 years they had virtually eliminated the achievement gap in math and reduced it by nearly half in reading.
These are kids that a lot of people had given up on, and he showed that it's never too late.
Does it change the way you look at the problem?
It does, because here's an analogy. We're 10 touchdowns down in the 4th quarter. We kick a field goal and everyone celebrates, right? That's kind of useless. We're still 67 points down, okay? We're not just losing, we're getting crushed, all right? What Jeff Canada has shown is that we can actually win the game.
Geoffrey Canada may be winning, but he's nowhere near declaring victory.
Reversing the black-white achievement gap and then closing it in elementary school, that's huge.
It's about an hour's worth of celebration huge. You know, I've got kids who might be shot tomorrow. We've still got a lot of work to do before I can feel comfortable that they're all going to be okay.